Hello, Collective. We're going to see. We're going to do a crime scene investigation. Crime scene investigation. See what pulls out today for me and you guys. Let's see what types of information is pulling out today. Spirit guides, please guide me to a clear, concise message to help someone who needs this message. May it reach someone in the world that it needs to reach, and it will help them solve a crime. Thank you. Thank you, God and angels, and please watch over me and my readings, and keep me and my collective protected, and do not let anyone send something spiritual towards me or anyone in my collective. And remember, I rebuke Satan in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Nobody is going to come into my energy messing with me. Who is this? What is this pertaining to, this crime? Spirit guides, I love you and I appreciate you. There was a motive for committing the crime. First card that came out with my crime scene investigation. The one that's on there today at 3 p.m. Friday, you'll be seeing. So there was a motive for this crime. Someone did this crime for money. They're all about money. Oh, and this crime may be solved by DNA testing or other scientific methods. So whoever committed this crime for money, they left their DNA. And forensic science field will provide important clues. So their hands, what they didn't realize is their DNA, they left their DNA and fingerprints. Did you hear that? What else? What else about this crime? Drugs may be an important factor in the case. Oh, somebody has been doing drugs. Somebody's been doing drugs around. Drugs made this person commit this crime. A closer observation of the victim's living space may provide clues. So, somebody out here, they need to look in this, whoever is victim's house. They need to look at this victim's house to see if they, to see if there's drugs in there. I think maybe the killer might have left their fingerprints on a pill bottle, and that's what the cops need to investigate. Whoever this is ringing true for, they've left. That's what it is. Whoever that devil is, they have left their DNA on something. I mean, they could have left their DNA on a needle if they're a drug head needle, or they'll find it that way, or they'll find it on like if they sniff drugs, they'll find it on the straw. Are you listening? Oh, and someone coerced this killer into murdering the victim. Same one came out. I remember it pulled out yesterday. Yep. They made a handshake deal with the devil. They made a handshake deal with the devil. And then we have lies, deception, and a potential cover-up. So they've been lying and trying to cover up this. This person might have been stabbed in the back. The devil stabbed this victim in the back, maybe. And the killer is out of the area. Now the killer ain't even living in this area anymore where this crime took place. What else? Important details are not being revealed to the public at this time. And victim engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime. So the victim, the victim might have been doing drugs. And they was trying to get out of drug life. That's what it might have been. And the murder weapon used will provide valuable clues. I'll tell you, it's a knife. Somebody used a knife, because right there's a knife. Whoever this is. somebody needs to take a closer look at one of the suspects because the perpetrator has behavior patterns of a serial killer, and cell phone records is going to provide them clues because this killer has a history of committing crimes. This was a premeditated murder. The killer planned out the details in advance, and the killer might have worked in the same area, and this victim had history with that killer. Okay? Who is the victim? Let's see this part. Spirit guides, who is the victim or whatever? My card is upside down every which way. I'll flip them back. They're just names of people. Who is this? Who is the murderer? Like, what is their title? Who is the murderer? Who is the murderer? Who is the murderer? Spirit guides, please. Honest answers only. Who is the murderer? Oh, God. Did you see it flip? Who is the murderer? A lawyer is overlooking something. So the murderer has a lawyer. That's what it's trying to say. Or it could be a killer lawyer out here. I don't know. Who is the victim? Oh, a lawyer and a father. Oh, okay. So this father is going to need a lawyer. So this could be a father. And this could happen in the mountains. This father may have been hacking on the computer. And this is the victim, a nurse. So there's a nurse that got killed by whoever the suspect is. A father, okay? This lawyer's looking into this father. It may be a boss. Maybe a boss is a father, not your father. It doesn't have to be the victim's father, but it's a father. They have children, and maybe it was a boss. Maybe a boss is looking. The lawyer's looking in on a boss. That's what it is. That's what it is. Hang on a minute. Let me see what I can spell. I don't know. I'm trying to spell something out. I've only got 2 vowels to spell something anyways. I don't see no names. Maybe this person's name is David. I see D-A-V-I and D. I'm just using the same D, so maybe David. Maybe someone has ALS disease. Ain't that the name? Like Lou Gehrig's. Slat. S-L-A-T. Maybe they're going to find some DNA on a slat, like a board slat, like a board. I don't see no other names or nothing. I've got 4 T's out here, 4 T's. I got an F, a D, a A, a S, and a L, and an I, and a V. There's nothing else I can spell with that. I mean, maybe this, whoever this David is, they wanted you to be a slave, S-L-A-V. I don't have the E, but that's the only thing I can get out of it. So maybe this killer name is David, or this father's name is David, or someone this nurse knows his name is David, and this nurse was this father's slave. Like, they did everything for that person. That's what it's saying. Let me use these tarot cards. They got a lot of words on them and stuff. Hang on. What is this talking about? What is this talking about, spirit guides? Oh, this is about a unified love, a partnership. Someone that this person had mutual attraction for, proposal, marriage connection. So this is about a father and a nurse that was married. And this woman felt like it was true love, you know it? Yes. A settling of energy. Maybe this nurse just thought, well, hell, I'll just stay settled with this person. But the killer did this because there was lack of money, loss of money. This person is insecure. They're very insecure, and it could be a Cancer and a Taurus. That's all I see right now at the moment, a Cancer and a Taurus. And then we have the Wounded Warrior. This is about inner resources, struggle. This person was overwhelmed. They was overwhelmed and exhausted. Okay? The victim was overwhelmed and exhausted because she had to work all the time, I guess this nurse did. Okay? And there's going to be public recognition when this crime comes out. Maybe the psychic is going to be publicly recognized because she helped to figure it out. So I see Cancer, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Leo. That's the signs out here at the moment. There is movement happening in this case at the moment. Since this case is unsolved, this family has just been trying to heal. That's what they've been trying to do. Heartbreak. This father that killed whoever this nurse is, they was in heartbreak. They was suffering over somebody that they had lost. Oh, this father killed the nurse because they was hurt because she divorced and wanted to divorce and separated. That's all it is. And that's Libra energy. They didn't want this nurse to expand. They didn't want this nurse to expand. And that was a reptilian. They had to cut off this karmic. This was a karmic Scorpio Sagittarius energy. And they knew that this nurse was a natural leader. She was an entrepreneur. She stood in her leadership role, and this man didn't like it. This father was really against it because she was so career focused. Well, why did you marry her? Why did you marry her, sir? Why did you marry her, sir? Maybe this father is a lawyer, and he hired somebody to kill the nurse. Do you understand? That's what it is. Oh, and then we have institutions. Yeah. Tradition, religion. They was mad at this nurse because of her religion, and because she worked, and because he couldn't have forgiveness like she did. And this person is bonded. Are you listening? This father, this lawyer, that is a Taurus. I see Taurus again. Maybe it is a Taurus. Something unexpected is getting ready to happen in this case. Okay? This was about this marriage. This marriage, and this nurse didn't want to settle anymore. She knew that she was that this person was keeping them in financial loss. She knew it. she knew that they was just a wounded son of a bitch, and they was always on edge. And every time that something good happened to this nurse, and she, like someone built up her confidence, that man would get mad as hell and probably beat the hell out of her, because there's a lot of emotional pain and sorrow and hurt right here. And that's why she had victory, because she divorced this son of a bitch. And this karmic has been depressed. They're depressed because this woman was career focused and didn't want to be in that marriage anymore. She didn't want to be in that institution anymore. That's all that it boils down to. Anything else? Clues? Yeah. She was exhausted and burnt out. She was exhausted and burnt out in that connection. This man was cold to her. This man was cold and tried to control her money. Yeah. And this person that was very defensive. This father was very defensive because he knew that this was about sharing wealth. He didn't want to share wealth. He didn't want to share. He didn't know how to give and receive equally. And this nurse, because she was doing good, it was pissing him off. I don't know who this goes for, collective, but maybe you all do. Maybe you all do, collective. And then we have the Tower. You know, this was a lot of, there's always a lot of chaos. So this woman rose above it. She had a victory over all this down chaos. And she had an awakening, and she awakened to how this man kept her in heartbreak and sorrow. And she knew it. She had to get a divorce from him because there's a karmic. Because they wasn't any love anymore. That's what this means, this card, you know, love, harmony. There wasn't harmony in the relationship. So she had to make a choice to get a divorce. Divorce this karmic because she saw the bigger picture. And she stayed focused on her career. And she was enjoying the fruits of her labor. And she was feeling rewarded. But whoever this old king is, they live beyond their means. And they don't ever listen to this woman. This woman's like, we don't have the money to do this. We don't have the money to do this. But that king, whoever this king is that killed this nurse, his father, like I said, it could actually be a lawyer. And they was obsessed with their work. They was just obsessed with work. They wasn't obsessed with love in the connection. See, that's why love is upside down right here. They was an emotional loss. Okay, this person was. They didn't have any emotions. They just wanted to dominate that woman's life. And that woman used her intuition. She used her damn intuition that she was going to heal from this. Yeah, she stayed calm, and she had the faith that this was her purpose was to move away from that person. But this is about spirituality and a fortune. You know, this nurse had a lot of fortune with love-giving qualities, you know. It's sad that they took out this woman that was very compassionate and loving and healing. They took out that healer. All because she progressed and moved away from that marriage. That's all. And because that nurse knew that this son of a booch was overindulging in heavy partnering and just kept her in isolation. But she sensed it. She used her intuition and her sacred knowledge and she stood in her divine feminine qualities, and she trusted herself. She trusted herself that man was selling her a false illusion. That's all it was. That's all it was. Oh, that's all it was, collective. Husband. Identity husband. The husband was the one that killed this woman. I'm telling you right now. Because they was an obsessive lover. That they obsessively loved this person. And that's the wrong type of love. And that father was all about gluttony. Like they love food. They love everything way too much. They're trying to swindle. Look, the perpetrator, the father perpetrator, was swindling this person out of all of her money. This nurse, I'm telling you. And they think they evaded capture, this father does. But this father domestically abused. There's a lot of domestic abuse that went on in this family. And that's why the building collapsed. That's why the marriage collapsed. That's why. Because this swindler, stupid ass, stole everything. Because that father had sexual encounters with a lot of people, and that nurse figured it out. Because she's very intellectual and smart. She figured it out. And they is a watcher or guardian overwatching her soul. So mothers and fathers out here that you all have lost this daughter, this nurse, to this dickhead man, don't worry, because there's a watcher or guardian with her. And look, Jesus is a carpenter. I hope that helps you. She's with Jesus. Don't worry. It's all going to come out and help someone. Yep. Because Jesus was a carpenter, remember? And that they used her as a human sacrifice. I love God, don't you? They may be a priest in the background that did a ritual. Yeah, it is. They human sacrificed her, and Jesus said, "Don't worry, this woman, she is my child now." They was mad because she didn't want to play peacemaker in the marriage anymore. That's all that it is. That's all that it was. That's it, collective. Mad because she didn't want to play peacemaker. Well, I hope it's helped somebody out there today. Remember, if it helps someone, but look, secrets are coming out. And you're going to have a lot of strength to hear them secrets, okay? But there's been little birds coming around your house to let you know that your child is okay. And they still care and love you. They still care for you and love you, even in death. Even in death, they still do. So don't think that they don't love you, okay? Alright, I love y'all, and I hope this helps. And if it helped, remember to hit like. I appreciate you all. And get it sent around, because someone needs to hear this. Alright, I love y'all. Peace.